All right, just wanted to do a quick review of what we went over today in class in the review sheet. So for number one, we're going to rotate an image. Now I'm going to give you the angle, so you don't have to worry about that. But remember, when we want to rotate a point, okay, we're going to take our compass, and you can think about this being an angle. So if we wanted to copy this 90-degree angle, we would draw ourselves a ray. So that's what this is. There's our ray connecting the point, okay? We're going to draw a circle around that ray with the exact same radius as the point, the distance between the center and the point we want to rotate, okay? And then on the 90-degree angle, or the angle that's there, we're going to draw the exact same circle. So right here, I draw the same circle. All right, and then we have to measure the width. So you have to know how far is it between these two intersection points. So compass point on the intersection of the circle we just drew and the angle, and then the pencil goes on the other intersection. So that's how wide the angle is. All right, and then we're going to go to the intersection of the ray and the circle G, so the point we want to rotate, and then we mark off that distance there. Okay, and that's where that point rotates to. And then we just repeat it for the other points. Okay, so place your compass on G, pencil goes on the point we want to rotate, spin that around, okay, go over to your angle, copy that distance, copy that arc, okay, and if you want to draw your line, you can. So this is the ray we're going to copy, all right, compass on the intersection of the circle and the angle, so that is how far a 90-degree turn is along that circle. Place the compass point on the point we want to rotate, and then we're essentially going to transfer that arc, measure the arc. So that's the same distance around that circle here. So that's where that point's going to rotate to. And then we just repeat for the other points. Okay? All right, so once again, draw an arc. Over to our angle. Draw the same arc here. Okay, measure the arc. How wide it is. So place the compass on the two intersections. All right, once we have that width, you can draw a little arc just to show that we've measured it. And then we're going to copy that over here. Now, if I didn't make my arc long enough, but I did, then just extend it on your own. All right, and then we have one more point to do, and then we can redraw the figure here. All right. Okay, so it's the same process for every single point. Draw a circle around the center of rotation using the radius that's the distance between the center and the point you want to rotate. Okay, draw a circle around our angle, or at least an arc that cuts through both sides of the angle with the same radius. Measure the width of that intersection of the angle, okay, and the circle that we made here, and then copy that distance along that arc here. And now that I have these 4 points, now I know that those are the images after our rotation, and then we're just going to connect these together, just like it is on my shape over there. And there is my rotation. Okay, so that's number one. Remember, if there's points like A, B, C, D, make sure you put the primes on here. We did that in class. When you're finding the center of rotation, remember you're just going to connect 2 points together and make the perpendicular bisector. So we want the 2 footballs and where they meet. Okay? For number 3, for the line of reflection, just do a football for the perpendicular bisector. And any angle measures whenever you're doing a transformation that's a rigid motion, or any of the transformations we talked about, the angles are congruent in both shapes. So if they give you 2 angles in one, you know those are the same angles in the other shape, and then you can find the missing angle. Okay, we'll go over reflection real quick. So when you want to reflect over a line, you're just going to take your compass. Okay, start by drawing a circle around the point you want to rotate or reflect. So we'll say point C here. I'm going to place my compass and draw a circle that intersects this line of reflection twice. Okay, intersects twice. And then don't change your compass length from these two intersection points of that line and circle C. Okay, we're going to draw two arcs from these intersections, or two circles, and then where these circles cross, that's where my reflection goes. So that would be C prime in this case. And then I repeat for the other 2 points. We already did A earlier. Okay, swing an arc. Whatever arc you choose, don't change the length. Place the point on the intersection. And then move to the other intersection. And then where those two arcs meet is our image. And then you can connect those points together. We got ourselves a reflection. Okay, so if this is B, label that B prime and C prime. On the next page, we did the rotation here. If they give us an angle measure of 80, you can use the angle in the description. Otherwise, you're going to want to say, and you won't have to do this on the quiz, but we'll do that more in next unit. Okay, remember when you're doing a rotation, you just take if it's a regular figure, like they will be in the quiz, you take the number of sides or the number of angles, and you divide that into 360. So 360 divided by the number of sides gives you the rotational symmetry. If they give you the angle measure, you just divide the angle, okay, 360 divided the degree measure for the angle of rotation, and that will tell you the number of sides. So if it's an octagon that has 8 sides, we would do 360 divided by 8. Here it's a pentagon, we did divide by 5. If they give us a 45 degrees, then we do 360 divided by 45. And that gives us the number of sides. And the last thing we'll take a look at here is a translation. So let's go ahead and do this one together. So let's just lock it down. We'll delete this out. Okay, so we're going to take our compass. We're going to place this compass right on the ray. So the beginning of the ray at point A. The compass point is going to go at B. So we want to know exactly how far we're going to translate. Once I have this length for myself, okay, I'm going to draw 3 circles around P1, P2, and P3. Those are the points we're moving. Now you don't have to draw the whole circle, right? Remember that ray is pointing in the direction that we want to translate. So we just need that circle that's in that direction. Same thing with P2 here. Just draw my circle. And then P3. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, remember, is actually translate it with the compass. So we're going to place the circle, the compass point at A, and we'll move the pencil over to P1. All right, and all I'm going to do now, we'll change the color here, is slide my compass down from the beginning of the ray to the end, just so you can see a little better. We'll move down this way. Okay, once I get to that point, we actually have translated the compass, and now this intersection point, okay, is where, all right, is where the point translates to. Now there may be another intersection point, like I could keep drawing it and these circles will meet over here, but remember that the arrow, right, is showing you where you're moving. So the arrow is pointing down this way, not over here, not over there, but right here, okay? And then we're going to do that again for P2. So take my point, put it at A, pencil at P2, all right? And then we're going to slide the compass down to the end here where B is. We're going to mark off that point, all right? So once again, there may be another intersection point over here, but that's not where we're translating. That's not the direction that the arrow is pointing, all right? And then we'll do the same thing for P3. And you should label those intersection points as P1 prime, P2 prime, and P3 prime here. So, all right, don't forget to label those points correctly. So same thing, slide the compass down to the end of the ray. It's going to point to the intersection. All right, that's where it intersects. Once again, also intersects here, but that's not the point we're looking for. We're looking for right here, down here. Okay, once we have our 3 points, we can draw our shape in. There's our triangle that we just translated. It should look the same. So if it doesn't look the same, if it looks like it's too long this way or stretched out or right? That may mean you chose the wrong intersection point if there's 2 points. So just keep that in mind, okay? And then we're just going to label. So P, so 1 prime, okay? And then we got P2 prime, that's a 3. And that's a big 2. And then we got our P3 prime here. Okay, and there is our translation. All right, I'm also going to attach to a message here an extra review sheet, another video that goes through the answers. So if you want some extra practice, you can do that as well. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have yourselves a great rest of the night.